Well, everyone, as per usual, we do a post-haunting review of last night's haunting.
It was tricky, but it does help that we can mimic the voices and appearances of anyone we want.
This new direction that we're taking on personas that people can actually understand to get the point across seems to be much more effective. Having present as a super current technologically savvy apparition is awesome, but maybe we lost a little time when you didn't look away from your phone.
I was in character.
Calm down. This is why we have these meetings, to communicate and address any issues that we think might need to be fixed. I have spent a lot of time in the past, so I just get to relive everything we've done over and over and over and over.
Sorry. I'm just a little touchy. It's just the people we're trying to help are so narcissistic. When I show them the future, they don't really care as long as they have money. But I'm happy to be talking now. Before I felt like a glorified mime most of the time. I like the changes, but does anyone here feel like we're just spinning our wheels?
I'm not going to lie to you guys. The last few centuries have been challenging. Sure, we've made a few mistakes. Sure, it's gotten tougher as humanity has lost its ability to experience wonder over supernatural events. Sure, the idea that the wealthy, bitter, and corrupt people want to experience redemption has been reduced from a small fraction to completely pointless. Sure, I've definitely lost my ability to make a good argument for us to continue to bother doing our jobs. Sure, I want to hold on to the jobs we've always had. Of course I do. I'm the frickin' past.
That's where my idea comes into play. It's been a tough few years, and I do have a bit of an out-of-the-box idea. It might help us with our jobs, and give us an outlet to work through stuff for the rest of the year. We only work one night a year, but let's be honest. We're ghosts. We are literally not living our afterlives in between gigs.
Oh, speak for yourself. I spent a lot of time vacationing in an alternate future where stuff is going pretty well. To be fair, they had to go through a few hundred years of purges, but it had the unintended effect of the assholes nobody wants to team with and the quote-unquote survivalists being killed off in large numbers each year, because pretend apocalypse lays out a lot better in your head than the actual apocalypse. Once you get rid of these idiots, they just get rid of the purges. Too many people forget that they are merely supporting players in the universe, and if this was a movie, they would be fodder in the first act.
That segues nicely into my exact idea. Podcasting.
How does that segue? Podcasting? I do like the innovation, but isn't that a little strange for ghosts to be doing? I mean, when those paranormal guys try to record us, we're usually just low-grade background noise.
That's not a problem. We get better microphones, a better mixing board, and just speak in our normal voices. I honestly think the ghosts in those paranormal shows are just screwing with them. Or those ghosts suck at haunting. They're ghosts. No door is a problem, and they can go into any room. How hard would it be to haunt some voice lessons?
Can we get back to how this segues into what Future was saying? Are we podcasting our hauntings? How to ghost?
That means something completely different. Don't worry, I'll explain it to you later. It's movies. Our story is the ultimate example. It's been done so many times over 100 years, and I personally don't think they've nailed it. They're getting low on ideas. We are spirits who've been around for centuries. We have a lot of ideas.
You want us to podcast about what we want to see in the movie versions of our jobs? Ooh, can we do a movie version where Marley is actually doing undercover boss? We get told at the end and Scrooge is just some actor? I want them to cast Idris Elba. I would watch him in absolutely anything.
I'm not really an imagine in the future type of ghost. Can we look at the different versions of those movies that have already been done? There are quite a few good ones. Not to toot my own horn, but I think the many actors portraying me have been pretty awesome. And I would like to dig into that. I mean, they usually portray me as a youthful child, which is good for the ego, but confusing in practice. Also, why do you think they always make present some hard partying guy? Is that some live for the moment thing? Honestly, it sends the wrong message about behaving properly in the moment.
I know. Would one of you guys get a hold of the angel who's the basis for It's a Wonderful Life? He's dodging my calls. I want him to come out and show a few people how much better the world would be if they were never born. He's saying, that's not what I really do. And I'm like, I know. You have your wings, but that doesn't mean you stop working, Todd.
I think we might be getting a little off track. Wait, his name is Todd?
Yes. For some reasons, humans want their named ghosts to have fancy names, so they changed it for the movie.
That's weird, but it's perhaps something we can talk about. That type of thing is largely what I am proposing we podcast about. I want to look at all movie remakes, we look at their mistakes, we look at what they could have done, we use our powers to create an amazing and amusing podcast.
But who will listen to a ghost movie podcast? I mean, you might get people looking for paranormal movies with ghosts in them, or horror movies with ghosts, but why would they listen to a ghost movie podcast?
Easy. We just rename it and pretend we are regular podcast hosts.
Who believed that? We are obviously a weird and wonderful ragtag group of supernatural beings, not some regular down-to-earth Calgary podcasters.
We aren't usually, but in this podcast we are. We just give it a catchy name, take on some personas, and no one will be the wiser.
Hey, I got an idea. What about something catchy like Invasion of the Remake?
Awesome.
Christmas Carol Ghosts was written by Trish Conklin, performed by Jason Bishop as the past, Sam Stepanenko as the present, and Trish Conklin as the future. Thanks for joining us for Invasion of the Remake this year. We hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays if you are not a Christian.
Or any holidays. Maybe you're having Christmaka.
Christmaka.
I like Christmako. Let's do that.
Yes.
That's right. I am going to now have some alcoholic beverages and celebrate the holidays with my friends.
Woohoo!
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Many holidays. Lots of gifts. Overmuch drinking. Many foods. Have a good time.
Ho, bloody ho, we are out of here.